I am weak,
but I'm meek, and I surrender to you only.
I'm lonely.
God, you see my thoughts, they ain't the same.
But me,
I'm going home with you.
going home.
See, no more playing games. This world just ain't the same. No, it's not.
God, see my thoughts.
My heart cry out your name with every step.
It ain't the same.
I feel your grace guiding me to a better place.
Going home.
My behavior is wrong and my mind feels so wrong. In the chaos of life, I paid the cost.
Going home.
See, but in your arms I find my peace.
Going home.
With you, my Lord, my struggle cease. See, this world is just ain't the same. My heart cries your name. With every step.
Going home. God, see my thoughts.
See through the storm and through the rain.
It ain't the same.
Through the joy and through the pain. See, Lord, I know I'm never on my own.
No more playing games.
With you, Lord, I'm going home. I'm going home.
This world just ain't
I am reaching out, I'm reaching out to you. I'm holding on tight to your love that you have given me sight. See, no more fear, no more doubt. In your love I found my peace.
going home. Ooh, in the chaos of life.
Every step I feel your grace guiding me to a better place. See, my behavior is wrong, and my mind feels so lost, Lord. In this chaos of life, I paid the cost, but in your arms I find it. I'm tired.
I'm holding tight. Whatever is wrong, to the love that keeps me inside. And through the rain, no more fear. Through the joy and through the pain, I know I'm never on my own.
With each step, every step of your grace I feel guiding me to a better place. God, my behavior is wrong. My mind feels so lost in the chaos of life.
Going home.
Through the storm, and the rain, through the joy, and the pain, through the pain, God, I know in my heart I'm never on my own. With you, God, with you, Lord, I'm going home. And I'm reaching out and holding tight to the love that you gave me, the sight.
Going home. To a better place. Going home. I feel your grace.
I feel your grace.
It's guiding me.
Guiding me to a better place,
Through the
Lord.
storm and through the rain.
And I'm tired, I'm weak and I'm lonely, but I'm meek and I surrender to you, only God.
Mr. Happiness. It was a name that fit him perfectly. He lived in the wonderful town of Harmonyville. Every day, Mr. Happiness brought sunshine into the lives of everyone he met. His heart overflowed with love. He shared that love with everyone. Mr. Happiness had a gift. He could make anyone smile. He saw the good in every situation. He found joy in the simplest things. He spread laughter wherever he went. Mr. Happiness was a beacon of hope. He reminded people of the beauty around them. He taught them to find joy in every day. He was a true blessing to Harmonyville. One day, a change came over Harmonyville. A cloud seemed to settle over the town. Even Mr. Happiness felt it. His usual cheer was gone. His heart felt heavy. He walked through the town square. His steps were slow. Something was wrong. He didn't feel like himself. The world seemed out of tune. Mr. Happiness went to the park. This was his special place. It was a place of peace. It was a place of joy. But today, even the park felt different. He sat on his favorite bench. He looked up at the sky. The clouds seemed to mirror his sadness. He closed his eyes and whispered a prayer. "Dear God," he whispered, "I need you. I don't feel happy. My heart feels heavy. My thoughts are troubled. Please help me find my way back to you." Mr. Happiness sat in silence. He listened to the sounds of the park. The birds were singing. The wind rustled the leaves. The world seemed to be going on without him. He felt lost and alone. He had always been the one to bring joy to others. Now he couldn't even find joy for himself. He needed God's help. As he sat there, a gentle peace settled over him. It was as if God was answering his prayer. He felt a warm presence beside him. He knew he wasn't alone. Mr. Happiness closed his eyes. He began to reflect on his life. He had always tried to be good. He had always tried to help others, but he knew he wasn't perfect. He remembered times when he had been impatient. He remembered times when he had been selfish. He remembered times when he had failed to be kind. These memories brought him pain. Mr. Happiness had always pushed these thoughts aside. He didn't want to think about his mistakes. He wanted to focus on the good, but he knew he couldn't ignore them any longer. He needed to face his past. He needed to ask for forgiveness. He needed to start anew. Mr. Happiness opened his eyes. He felt a new sense of hope. He knew that God loved him, that God forgave him, and that God would help him find his way back to joy. He stood up from the bench, took a deep breath, and felt a newfound strength. He started to walk, walking with purpose. As he walked, he began to sing. He sang a song of praise, a song of thanksgiving, and a song of hope. Mr. Happiness walked through the town square, smiling at the people he passed. He wasn't sure if he felt completely happy yet, but he knew he was on the right path. He was on his way home. As Mr. Happiness walked through Harmonyville, he noticed the subdued atmosphere. The townspeople, usually brimming with energy, seemed downcast. Their smiles were faint, their steps heavy, mirroring his own internal struggle. He stopped to greet Mrs. Bloom, the baker, known for her delicious pies and infectious laughter. Today, however, her eyes seemed dim. "Mr. Happiness, Mrs. Bloom, you haven't been your usual cheerful self. Is everything all right, Mrs. Bloom?" "Oh, Mr. Happiness, it's just a strange feeling, like a grey cloud has settled over everything. I haven't even felt like baking my famous apple pie." Mr. Happiness felt a pang of empathy. He realized he wasn't alone in this struggle. "Mr. Happiness, you know, Mrs. Bloom, I've been feeling a bit down myself. It feels like I've lost my way a bit." Mrs. Bloom looked at him, surprised. Mr. Happiness sharing his struggles. This was new, but it also brought a sense of relief. Maybe it was all right to not be all right all the time. "Mr. Happiness, I spent some time in the park, praying, reflecting, and I realized that even though I strive to bring joy, I'm not immune to feeling low. He then began to hum a gentle melody, a tune he often sang during happier times, but this time it carried a hint of melancholy. The melody caught the attention of a few passers-by. They stopped, drawn in by the familiar tune, yet intrigued by the subtle shift in its tone. Mr. Happiness, noticing their attention, decided to share his heart through song. He sang about his internal struggle, his search for peace, and his unwavering faith in God. His voice, usually strong and vibrant, was softer now, filled with raw emotion that resonated deeply with those listening. As Mr. Happiness poured his heart out through song, a remarkable thing began to happen. The townspeople, initially hesitant, started to open up. They shared their own experiences of feeling lost, weary, or burdened. Old Man Thompson, known for his gruff exterior, surprised everyone by sharing a story of loss that had been weighing him down. Young Timmy, too shy to speak, offered Mr. Happiness a small drawing of a brightly coloured sun peeking through the clouds. One by one, the residents of Harmonyville found their voice, sharing their vulnerabilities and offering comfort and support to one another. The air, previously thick with unspoken anxieties, began to clear. Mr. Happiness, witnessing this outpouring of emotions, felt a surge of warmth spread through him. It was the warmth of shared experience, of community, of realizing that even in their struggles they were not alone. The melody that began as a solitary expression of sadness transformed into a chorus of hope. Voices, young and old, joined Mr. Happiness, each note carrying the weight of their burdens, yet lifted by the strength of shared faith and resilience. The clouds that had loomed over Harmonyville for days began to part, revealing glimpses of a bright blue sky. The sun, as if awakened by their collective song, broke through the grey, casting a warm glow over the town square. Harmonyville was stirring, its spirit rekindled by the power of shared vulnerability and unwavering faith. Mr. Happiness, feeling a renewed sense of purpose, proposed a walk. "Let's walk together," he suggested. "Let's share our burdens and find strength in each other's company." The townspeople, their faces brightening with each shared moment, readily agreed. And so their journey began. They walked through the cobblestone streets, their steps light and in sync with one another. They shared stories of challenges overcome and lessons learned. They offered words of encouragement and prayers of support. With each step they felt a weight lifting. The shared vulnerability, the act of simply being heard and understood, brought a sense of healing. They were reminded that even in their struggles, they were not alone. As they walked, they passed familiar landmarks. There was Mrs. Bloom's bakery, the aroma of freshly baked bread now filling the air with a comforting warmth. There was Old Man Thompson's woodworking shop, the rhythmic sound of his hammer a testament to his enduring spirit. Each place held a story, a reminder of the strength and resilience of their community. They remembered times of laughter and celebration, of support during times of loss, of coming together to help those in need. These memories sparked a renewed sense of hope. They were reminded of the deep well of love and compassion that existed within their town. They were reminded that even in the face of adversity, they had always found a way to rise again. As they continued their walk, the sun climbed higher in the sky, chasing away the last remnants of the grey clouds. The air, once heavy with worry, now buzzed with a vibrant energy. Laughter filled the streets once more. Children ran ahead, their faces lit up with carefree joy. Neighbours stopped to chat, their conversations filled with renewed optimism. Harmonyville was awakening from its slumber, its spirit revitalised by the power of shared faith and collective healing. The journey, though born out of struggle, had led them back to a place of beauty and joy. As they approached the town park, the heart of Harmonyville, a familiar melody began to fill the air. It was the same tune Mr. Happiness had hummed earlier, but now it soared with a newfound strength and beauty. The townspeople, their voices blending together in perfect harmony, joined in the song. They sang of their struggles, their fears and their doubts, but they also sang of their faith, their hope, and their unwavering love for one another. The music swelled, filling the park with a sense of peace and unity. It was a testament to their journey, a celebration of their resilience, and a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, light and love would always find a way to shine through. The sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple as the townspeople gathered closer. Mr. Happiness stood before them, his heart overflowing. He had embarked on this journey seeking solace, seeking his own way back to the light. What he discovered was something far greater than himself. He realized that his moment of vulnerability, his willingness to share his own struggles, had opened a door for others to do the same. In that shared vulnerability, they found strength. In acknowledging their humanness, their capacity for both joy and sorrow, they discovered a deeper connection to God and to one another. Harmonyville, true to its name, had found its harmony once more. But this wasn't just the harmony of a peaceful afternoon or a catchy tune. This was a harmony forged in the fires of shared experience, a harmony that resonated deep within their souls. Mr. Happiness closed his eyes, feeling the warmth of the setting sun on his face and the love of his community surrounding him. He thought of the journey they had taken together. It wasn't just a walk through their town, it was a walk of faith. Each shared story, each tear shed, each prayer whispered had strengthened their faith. They had faced their doubts, embraced their vulnerability and emerged stronger, more united. They had learned that even in the darkest of times, God's love was a constant presence, guiding them towards the light. He understood now that faith wasn't about being happy all the time. It was about trusting in God's plan, even when things were difficult. It was about leaning on each other for support and finding strength in shared moments of prayer and reflection. As the last rays of sun dipped below the horizon, bathing Harmonyville in a soft golden glow, the townspeople joined hands. There, in the heart of their community, they celebrated. They celebrated their resilience, their faith, and the unbreakable bonds of love that held them together. Children danced and played, their laughter echoing through the park, a testament to the renewed joy that filled their hearts. Adults stood together, sharing stories and laughter, their faces reflecting the peace that comes from knowing they were part of something larger than themselves. The darkness that had threatened to engulf Harmonyville had been vanquished by the light of their collective spirit. They had faced their fears, embraced their shared humanity, and emerged stronger, more united, and filled with an even greater capacity for love.